Hello and welcome to English coaching class. I'm English teacher Shaid Ashikur Rahman. Students, I hope everyone will be in good mood and good state. There's something new, some new class, new discussions, new session is with you students. So in this new session, students, what happened? When do we remain silent and that is remaining silent becomes a positive attitude for us. We say the one who is clever remains silent in most of the case. Okay, so with this idea, I'm going to bring some new topic to you where you'll be able to learn how the silence will help you to bring change in us. Okay, and just bringing that screen of discussing the silence to you, just the new users, do subscribe my channel and do press the thumbs up, and that will help me. I'll understand that you liked my video, you liked me, and don't forget to press bell icon. Okay, yeah, there's a quote on your screen, students. You can clearly see history teaches us that unity is strength and cautious us to submerge and overcome our difference in the quest of common goals, to strive with all combined strength for the path of true Indian brotherhood and unity. Okay, so what is that? Students, come on, try to understand. This history teaches us that unity is strength. Okay, when we are united, that's our strength, and causes us to submerge and overcome our difference in the quest of common goal, to strive with all our combined strength for the path of true Indian brotherhood and unity. So what happens, students? The history, when you look into it, the freedom movement that we have learned it from Gandhiji. All when all were together, united we stand, divided we fall. We can just sum up this quotation: we united we stand, divided we fall. So our symbol, when we are together, we can solve all the issues that is happening in around us. So when we are together, no one can break, and when we are separated, anyone can break us. So what is that history we learn? When we were together, we were easily able to throw Britishes from India. That's our power. Okay, that's our power to fight against the other power. Okay, so here the same we are getting it. Indian brotherhood, and we should be together, okay, and united. Spread of love and kind should be taught. So you must understand what is that. The unity is strength. We must be united, and we must express the feelings of brotherhood. We all are brothers. We are together for our country, our people. We must stand together. We must support everyone in need. Okay, and our deeds should be there to be making our lightning our people. Okay, students, I hope you understood the first quote. I'll let me bring the second quote in front of you. The famous man who left us, that is Atal Bihari Vajpayee. He said it: no guns, but only brotherhood. I am talking, students, today with you about brotherhood. No guns, but only brotherhood can resolve the problems. What can resolve the problem? Only that is what? Brotherhood. When we are together, and that brotherhood, humanitarian. Okay, when we are humanitarian, having a single mind, we can solve all the problems. Nothing else. No guns. Never gun is able to solve the problem. It create problems. Okay, what Gandhiji says, he is against the non-violence. Okay, he's against the violence. He supports non-violence. Okay. Um, okay, yeah. So next one is the necessity of quiet interception. The two parts have been summed up here, students. The necessity of quiet interception and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. Necessity of quiet interception. Okay, quiet, remaining quiet. I told you the discussion started to remain silent, keeping quiet. Okay, necessity of quiet interception, creating a feeling of understanding. Okay, when I understand you and you understand me, I'm able to help you. And when what is the solution? Mutual understanding of human beings. Okay, creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. When we understand the human beings and we start understand what quiet interception, when I remain silent, and when I start intercepting, when start what understanding what problems I have done it, the day I have spent, how was my day, what I have done it. So when I start questioning myself, then I'm doing what interception. I'm just questioning. I'm making myself intercept what I've done, whether it is right or wrong, which path I am going. It is right or wrong. This and this is the what theme of the today's topic, that is written by Pablo Neruda. Students that is know the topic, keeping quiet by Pablo Neruda. This is the today's topic chapter that I'm going to discuss. That is from the book Flamingo. Chapter name is Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda. This is the quote I have taken from the book only. This is the quote taken from the book. This is the theme that is highlighted in the poem. Necessity of quiet interception and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. Among human beings. This is what the theme of the poem written by Pablo Neruda. Keeping quiet. Keeping quiet. I hope students you have understood the discussions flow from where I brought it to the title. Okay, flow from where I have brought you the title to you students. Okay, I hope you might have understood the change, the necessity, why we must remain quiet. So students, just I want to give you this idea here. When you are quite silent, okay, when you're quite silent, and what happened with this remaining silent, you sometimes understand what you have done wrong. Whole day thoughts comes to your mind when you remain silent, when you go to bed and you're all around the silence, no use of mobile, no use of nothing, laptops, nothing. You're on your bed, you close your eyes, and when you are silent, you think when you start thinking, means what happened, you really think something comes valuable to mind. If there's some tension in your mind, you can't sleep. During that time as you totally remain silent, whole of the day and night, that time before going sleep you remain silent. So that's what this is the general message for us, that is to remain silent. When we are silent, the brain start thinking whether we have done right or wrong, what we are doing, whether it is right or wrong, which path I should take, it is right or wrong. This is the part, or this is the title of the poem written by Pablo Neruda. So let's bring the theme of the poem. I have already initiated the theme. I have already shared it, beginning from the very beginning, necessity of quiet interception and creating a feeling of mutual understanding among human beings. This idea will be elaborated in the theme there. This is silence and stillness. Silence and stillness, calm and quiet, still, peace. What I talked to you right now while sleeping, that happens before, means close deep sleep. Before going that, you remain the silence. Okay. Next one, brotherhood is an important theme of the poem. Brotherhood, what I talked in the opening a part of my poem. To his theme of anti-violence is also linked, not to create violence. Okay. Next, the theme of rejuvenation has also been touched upon the poem. To rejuvenate, to means to make you active. Okay, to fight against the wrong happening. Okay, that has been there. You just make yourself active to fight about the wrong happening around us. Just you make yourself active. Next one, just as spring takes away the dormance of winter. Okay, the active of winter takes just when spring comes to us. The phase of keeping quiet will also be followed by the burst of meaningful philanthropic activity. By this meaning, what students try to understand here, the phase of keeping quiet, the time of keeping quiet, remaining quiet, will also be followed by burst of meaningful philanthropic activity. Philanthropic activity means to peace, santi, what we talk about, the peace in the world, global peace. Okay, that is the intention of the poet here. Okay, this is the theme of the poet: global peace in the world. In the world, everyone should be in peace. There should not be any disturbance. There should not be any balance. Peace remains, not only the peace of war, all kind of peace. The earth, natural resources, everything is destroyed. That in all kind of peace, the poet is talking about. Okay, so these are the theme points in details. In details. Okay, that was the synopsis of the theme, and this is the detailing of the theme. Okay, next come to the about the poet. Who is the poet here, students? You can see the picture here. The poet name is Pablo Neruda, was the pen name and later legend name of famous Chilean poet. Means that he belongs to Chile, so that's a Chilean poet. I belong to Indian writer, Indian teacher. Someone, he belongs to Chile, and that's a Chilean poet. He is diplomat and a politician. Diplomat, creating the what situation between different countries work like a diplomat. He's even a diplomat and politician. This is the in short information about the Pablo Neruda. He has a full name, something different, and this was his pen name who he used for writing the different articles, poems, and all. He won the prize of literature in the year 1971. He wrote in green ink, which was his personal symbol. Means he used to use the green ink. See, students, teacher used to correct in red color ink. You can understand when it is correct by red color, teacher is corrected. Teacher used red color. Like that, the symbol is principal used green color. So this green ink, which was his personal symbol for desire and hope, this symbolized his symbol. He want to create a symbol, desire and hope. Okay, desire, human desire for that. So desire and hope. Okay, understood, students? His writings are simple, wherein lies their beauty. Okay, there's something beauty. Originally written in Spanish. The essence of this poem is based on introspection and retrospection. Mark it down, students. Mark it down. This poem, what I'm going to talk in the next class in line-wise part. Today, the same poem, that is keeping quiet, remain quiet. Okay, introspection, apne andar jhako, look inside you what you have done it. Okay. Retrospection, look around the others. Okay, what you have given justice to them, what you have done justice to others. Okay, so whether you have done wrong with others, look introspection and retrospection. Okay, this is the basic concept of this poem. Okay, students. Next one, the poet feels that some soul searching is needed for us to be at peace with ourselves and others. So like some different power will come and will solve the issue. It's like a search going on by the poet. Okay, some will bring the peace, calm and peace with ourselves and others, with our world. In the world, some different power, supernatural power will definitely land down, will bring a calm and quiet a peace in our surrounding. Students, I hope this is about the poet and the poet information message. I hope you're able to understand. Come to the next one. A central idea. Yeah, little bit details I have brought for you, students. Yeah. What are the details here, students? The interceptive quietness, stillness, interceptive. When you're silent, you start looking in you. Is the idea revolved around the poem? This is the basic idea that revolves around the poem, that moves all around the poem. The poet implies in the course of the poem that the reason why there's a lack of peace and the contentment in the world, both personal and societal. Yeah, that's correct, students. You might be saying you are not with the peace. Education, parents, family, societal, personal, so many tensions are there. We need peace. Santi, come on, today I don't want to do anything. We need peace. Silence. Okay, we want this kind of idea. And this is not your only personal problem. The societal world is facing this kind of problem. Okay, next one. So see, personal problems in the poems is highlighted in general way. So this is the poem, and in the poem, most of the poems, same thing, or 99.9% of the poem that has been, because poem is a feelings, and feelings is definitely is most often the same of everyone. Next one, once person just halt their daily grind and begin to really weigh the pros and cons of their action and undertake a path of self-discovery, there will be no problems in the world. Yes, try to understand what really connected and which point really it is connecting. Self-interception. Okay, sorry students, what happened here? Once people just halt their daily grind, you remain quiet. Daily schedule like stereotype, get up in the 7 or 6, 4, 5, do your all kind of daily activity, go to school, do this duty, prayer, and stereotype life again, come to the 8 o'clock, study, sleep by 10 or 11, 12, do your homework complete. This stereotype life, we want to come out from sometimes to, let's have some parties, functions, we do it to come out from this stereotype. What the poet is talking about, once people just have their daily grind, means halt and stop, begin to really wait and pros and cons, what is right and what is wrong, you're doing it, undertake a path of self discovery, you discover yourself, what you're, where you're going, where you're leading your life, there will be no problem in the world. When you will do this, understand yourself, what you're doing right and wrong, then you can really understand you're wrong, you can stop, you can follow the path of right, then the world will be with no problems. Next, war will seize people and will begin to stop hurting each other, because upon discovering the real self in a moment of complete tranquility, what happens with a very short, I'll make you understand. The war that happens will not be a suggestion, will not be leading life. War like Ashoka Great, end of the day, what? War, and king is only alive, the people are not there, what's the result is zero, thousands of life will be lost, but at the end there's nothing. So he's what disliking this idea of war. Next, Pablo Neruda, he wants the brotherhood. Okay, he's stop, when we stop war, we are together, brotherhood, we love each other, that is the message what he want to give it. Next, Neruda believes that the soul hosts within the human body and is capable of performing this feat if given a chance to shine out through interception, for which absolute silence and stillness is essential. So what is happening here? So students, Neruda believes, the belief is that soul, the inner part. See, human, we say no, dil to bacha hai beta. So all humans have some childish activity, and when we are there with doing self-interception, thinking about right and wrong, doing meditation, we really think, yeah, what you're there. The humanity inside you get alive, they activate. So that is the thing what poet want to make you active from you in you. Okay. Next, history bears testimony to the fact that medieval reflection has changed many lives. Okay, see, history gives us, teaches us by the time we are developing. So this is the idea we are getting by the history. When we read history, we learn history, we can get what the change happened in thousands of years or 500 years or 100 years back or 200 years back. And that has give us a chance to live a better life upcoming days. That will give a better chance to live a better life in upcoming days. It is always spiritualism which completes a human being. What is that? Spiritualism. Ned encourages his readers to also work towards the level of self-actualization. So spiritualism don't mean that not connect to the go to the worship or somewhere else. Spiritually, be connected, meditate, be silent. Students, this is one suggestions, or I'll give you tips for the day. I will give you just every day. When you get up in the morning, sit for 5 to 10 minutes like yoga. Sit silently, just intercept. Thank God, thank Lord, what you've got. So this meditation, when you sleep also, you do the same. See, this will make you think what to do in the whole day, or what wrong or right you have in the whole day. Sleeping time, getting up, because thank God you've got a life for the next day. So this is the what idea, central idea, details I have brought it in front of you, that is going to get in line with his explanation in more details. Next one, introduction of the poem. The poem Keeping Quiet, written by Pablo Neruda, discusses the need of maintaining peace and silence. He stressed upon being quiet and harmless to the human beings, animals, and environment. He suggests that in order to maintain peace, harmony, it is required to stop and intercept ourselves. So that's the same idea as giving here. Remain to stop ourselves with daily activities and understand ourselves. Okay, when you understand yourself, you can understand others. Next, tone. What is the tone of the poet? Okay, see, when you are very melancholic, you share your melancholic thoughts. How the poet is. The tone of the poem is calm and all throughout is very calm. Okay, the poet is urging his reader to stay silent and still. He himself adopts a very tranquil, serene tone. Okay, tranquil, painful tone. Adopts the same calm and silent. When you're silent, you are in pain. To set the mood of the poem, the same mood he has set there. All the topic being addressed by the poet is very pressing one. He goes on about it in the most composed way possibly. So as he, when you go doing something, it is not easy to convince someone. Okay, so same in this poem, the poet is trying to convince everyone we should come in one parallel line to remain quiet. When we remain quiet, we can think of ourselves. So he's addressing that topic, and his tone is same way. The tone of the poem is also highly reflective. Somewhere is also reflective, giving the examples for others. In the course of 35 lines of the poem, the poet ruminates our problems pertaining to human individuality and collectively as a society, and reflects upon the most plausible solution, which is self-actualization through meditation. What happens, students? So what I talked here in the general idea to you. So he's general talking about we should do meditation and we should understand our society's problem and our problem. So it's all kind of society problem he is highlighting in the poem. Okay, and our problem in a general way. Next, and the final part, we'll be coming towards the discussion of figure of speech. Students, if you have the book, take it out, or if you don't have the book, just write it down, or if you don't have, take snapshot, mark it down. When we'll be discussing the next class in details, this figure of speech should be there with you, will help you to understand when I'll be going in elaboration. Okay, language is the first word of the text. The use of term language is an instance of metonymy. Means metonymy is like a metaphor used in the poem, in which a symbol or sign is used for a thing signified. Language here stands for culture and race. Mark it down, students, in a textbook if you have textbook. Okay, like see, as when we use metaphor, it's indirect comparison. Simile is a direct comparison. Here, what we can say, metonymy is representing a symbol or a what sign used for the things. Language signify as a culture or race. Next here we have the arms. Arms, movement of hands and arms. Arms is an instance of pun. What is pun, students? In puns, duplicity means duplicate of sense is created because of unity of sound. Unity of sound. Arm here stands for the body part as well as a weaponry. Weaponry means guns, bullets, arms, and arm of our hand. Arm. Okay. Muscles, arm. Okay, I'm connecting directly. Next, sudden strangeness. Instance of alliteration. Here the poetic device used is alliteration. Here it is used what? Pun. The arm is referred as a pun. Language is a metonymy. Metaphor, similar like metonymy. Next, his hurt hands. This is an instance of alliteration. Next one, more something will be there while explaining the poem. I'll be connecting. What are the general poetic device? I'm giving it. Something more will be there while explaining. I'll be explaining to you. You have to understand. You have to mark it down. And you have to write in that. Some suspense is something better. Next one, a war with fire, war with gas. This is an instance of pallilogia. Pallilogia is another poetic device. What is pallilogia? In pallilogia, there is a repetition of same words in a sentence or in a couple of words. The war with occurs twice. War with occurs twice. It is repeated, and this repetition is known as pallilogia. Okay, showing or emphasizing something connecting war with fires, war with gas. This is a repetition, and this repetition is known as polylogia. So you don't want to go in deeper, you can just write it down repetition. As per class 12, repetition will be sufficient poetic device even. Okay, if you don't want to remember this term, difficult term, polylogia means the repetition. Okay, students. Next one, the earth can teach us. This is an instance of personification. Earth is given the human attribute of teaching. I am teaching you, I am your teacher. Similarly, here in this line, earth has been given the human attributes of teaching. Next word, extended metaphor. An extended metaphor can be found in the lines, perhaps the earth can teach us. Mark it down, this is the line quoted here. As when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. This is an extended metaphor here in the poem. Here the stillness which Neruda advocates is being compared to the stillness of winter. Just like winter leads to rejuvenate, even the quietness recommended by Neruda leads to regrowth. Since students, in winter everything seems to be calm and quiet, and spring is coming up, that brings a different change. Okay, active in the life. Just like winter leads to rejuvenate, even the quietness recommended by the Neruda leads to regrowth, brings a change in our life. The same way here it has been compared there, and this the comparison is metaphor. I'll be explaining in the lines in the next video in the line-wise explanation. Okay, if something is left out, ask me, clear your query in the next class. Next one is symbolism. What is the next one? That is symbolism, students. Okay, and what is the symbolism here? Symbolically compared here, students. That is abundant in keeping quiet. Abundant means sufficient, requesting to remain quiet. Fisherman and holds and well stands for oppression. When is oppressed by the society, society is just pressing them, making them down. And oppressed respectively. Who is oppressing? Who means who is pressing them down. Salt gather is symbolic of human, whereas clean clothes symbolize peace. Okay, just this symbolism also you mark it down, students. Clean cloth, it's there in your textbook. Salt refers to whom? It's referred to humanity. Okay, salt gatherers, it's also refers salt who gather the salt. Okay, salt. So these are things you mark it down. Next, rhyming scheme. Just like most of the Pablo Neruda's poem, even keeping quiet has no rhyming scheme. There's no rhyming scheme in the poem. The poem has been written in blank verse. This kind of poem with no rhyming scheme is known as blank verse. Okay, students, known as blank verse. Just remember, this kind of poem is known as blank verse. So students, figure of speech, poetic device is everything same. Okay, next one. Next we'll see, go to the next page, and finally we are coming to the end of the session. That is conclusion. Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda is a reflective piece. Okay, it's a reflective piece of poetry which has philosophized a solution. Means philosophized means highlighting a philosophy from here to a solution to the problems caused in the world due to growing. What is the problem here? Due to growing materialism, greed, and power and lust. Okay, when one start growing, have a power, start what greedy in nature becomes. The poem speaks in favor of inward self-fulfillment, independent of external factors. It is highly spiritual in the way it urges, it urges the readers to shed one's ego and realize one's identity as a human being. Okay, it is highly spiritual. It's very highly spiritual, students. In one way, to urge reader to shed one's ego means we must leave our ego. One is senior, they have ego. One has other friend with some different knowledge have ego. Someone having with different power have ego. So the point was that we should leave our ego. Realize one's identity as a human. We all are human beings. Okay, we all are human beings. This different caste in different systems are there. Break everything, stand for one thing, that is humanity. The poet's writing style in the poem is very soulful and it seems to come straight from the heart. He's writing directly from the heart. Feelings, okay, sharing his feelings, students. Okay, next, this is probably why the poem appeals to the heart more than the faculties of to the intellect. Okay, so as one intellect start giving the speech, it's not that. He's really talking from his heart for to us. This poem is not an activist call to action, but a philosopher's, poet's call to interception. It's not activist call. You be active and just to fight with the society, do some revolution. It's a word self-interception. So students, what I suggested to you, you get up in the early morning and sit for 5 minutes or two before going to do your work. Sit for a minute, at least for a minute. Think what you have got. Thank God you gave me life. Okay, you thank God you gave me life, and you do this, and you thank your parents. They are the living God in front of them. Take blessings from them and start your day. And when you go to your bed, okay, what you have done it, whole day, whether things are fruitful or not, what you have to do it, you thank God for the good day. Or if you had a worst day also, thank God, because the day is yours. It might be worst, but tomorrow again it is going to be better. Okay, so thank God. Intercept yourself. What wrong you have done it, next day you must not do the same, and self-intercept. This will help you every time. So this is a just realization, philosopher's call, not a activist call. This is the conclusion idea, and even I'm giving message to you all. This activity you must do it, students. I do still. The poem is a later inspiration, but I do today a word before going to the bed or getting up. So this is an inspiration message to you even. Okay, students. So I hope we are coming to an end of today's session. Okay, we come to the end of today's session. The introduction class to the the chapter name is, students, the chapter name is Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda. So we come to an end of introduction session. Next class on Wednesday, will be going with a line-wise explanation. The video will be coming on Wednesday. Just hold your patience. Line-wise explanation for you students. Okay, and before taking departure from you, I want that just new users on my channel share it as much as possible to new users. They can get my videos. The students can get connect to me, and definitely my channel will be a fruitful for you. I hope if you have any issues, get connected to me. More sessions, more updates needed will be appreciated, students. Okay, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and like my videos, and do press the bell icon. Students, if you have any doubt, write it down to me in the chat box. I'll help you out. No doubts, then I'll be taking sign out from you. If I'll be waiting for a minute or two. If there's any doubt, write it down to me in the chat box. I have what we can say, the active students watching here, do write something if you have any doubts. If no doubts, I'll be taking sign out. Bye-bye. I hope, yeah, just make me, inform me. I hope all of you have understood what I've explained today, this introduction session. It was quite enjoyable. I hope students, you have understood everything. Yes, thank you. No, yeah, thank you, students. Again, a reminder, I've just reminded, what about exam? Yeah, students, I'll be giving it today. I'll be sending you the questions. By tomorrow morning, you'll be receiving. I'm going to prepare today, and tomorrow you'll write the exam. Okay. Thank you all. I have, as before, I've said it about the exams. Okay. Thank you all. Bye bye. Take care. Good night, and thank you. Bye bye.